Hey, I'm Dawn, and this is Janine, and we're here again with your 5-minute tip, specifically on the value of routines. And Janine, I've been waiting for this one because
She's literally been nerding out about this. She's like, talk about routines.
I love routines. I love them. And I think probably my number one reason, and I will say this every time, is that when you have a routine in place, it reduces the mental chatter and the overwhelm that can come of even just getting up in the morning and having to think through everything that you have on your plate. So if
Mhm.
you already know that you've blocked out Mondays to be this in the morning and it consists of these potential 4 tasks, you don't really have to think and your brain can just let it go. So it's just so much easier. But I want to get a little nerdy here, and this is why I think it's so much fun. Your brain focuses on very, very few things when it comes to bringing them to your conscious, because you have a minimum of 60,000 thoughts we know in a day. So if your brain brought every single thought, like your hair's brushing your face, there's a little bit of a breeze, Janine's nodding, like if it brought every thought of every single thing happening around you, all the time, you would be in a fetal position. We
Mhm.
can't. We have to screen everything. And so your brain is meant to be incredibly efficient, and it teaches itself to stop bringing forward unimportant things. And so when you have a routine in place, it helps your brain to be even more efficient. And then when you are focusing on the things that are most important to your conscious, then you're really able to be effective and focused in that time because the other distractions are just not really there. They're on so low in the background. So that's why I love routines.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This is what I'm kind of picking up from listening to you. It's basically an automation on your priorities and with an intention behind it. It's basically an automation with this is the goal. Is that the right way to be looking at it?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And really it can be minuscule, right? Like I have a couple routines where, and I'm sure everybody does, where I just always do these 3 things in order. It could be something like even I always put toothpaste on my toothbrush, brush my teeth, and right after I clip my hair up and wash my face. Like whatever it is, right? We have things we do in certain orders, and it becomes so habit that you probably don't even remember parts of your routine 10 minutes after you've done them because
Mhm.
you just did them, right? It's like when you drive, it just goes on automatic pilot because we've done it so many times. And so that's the beauty, even in your workday, is that if there's things that are super important in your priority list that need to be done every single day, even if it changes out day to day, but there's things that need to be done to move your routine and your business forward, then when you have that in place, if Mondays are copywriting day, if after copywriting you always then do this next task, your brain just automatically goes into that gear of here's creativity, here's some copywriting, here comes language, because I know you're going to need it right now because you do this every single time. And so your brain almost, because of that habit, pushes things to the forefront instantly that you need and that are necessary. And your reticular activating system knows that your filtering system knows this is necessary right now because you always do it this way. So it's so much easier.
Now you talk about how it's so easy when you have the systems. It's not always easy when you're starting them and you're getting them into your routine and into your habit and you're letting it become your new way of being. So is there a way to create more ease around that? Because we want more ease.
Yeah, for sure. So starting small, right? Picking 1 to 2 things that you're going to create that habit out of. If there's something you've already been doing, so maybe you always, when you first sit down at your desk, you always do something. Maybe you always open your agenda. Maybe you always open your laptop. Maybe you always check something on a website before you start your day. Then adding that new thing, immediately following something that you always do anyway, is the easiest way to start implementing. So you're habit stacking. And so that's the simplest way to start is pick 1 to 2 new things to add into your entire week, right? Into your entire week and get that down for the week and make it something that automatically follows whatever you're doing now.
Well, that's amazing. I want to know because you really are like a routine queen. You prioritize it. What is your most valuable routine that you have right now?
My morning routine absolutely is my most valuable. My For some people, that may be really boring, but my days are exactly the same from 5 AM to 8 AM, and I do the same things in the same order day after day after day, because for me, exercise is super important. Reading something inspirational that's going to teach me and move me ahead is super important. Having some time to meditate is super important. Getting out and going for a walk with my husband so that we can talk and communicate about our day and what's coming up is super important. Having a bit of breakfast, having my shower, right? And then sitting down at my desk and going through my day's agenda. Those are kind of the top things that happen first thing in the morning. And the beauty of that is that every single day I feel prepared. I don't feel overwhelmed. I feel ready to greet the day. And I feel like I've had time for me and I'm not missing out on things that I enjoy, even if the rest of the day is taken up with other tasks or other people. So for me, that's my most valuable.
I think a morning routine is so valuable for everyone. I think that's probably my most valuable, but also my most permanent right now, especially with 3 young kids. There's a lot of uncertainty. Some days things have to be flexible. I mean, this week, my kids got sick the entire week, and it was just the way it was. But my morning routine got to stay the same. And it's just nice and comforting to know that you have that anchor to start your day every day, that consistency, that reliability, no matter what life's throwing at you. And so we know there's so many different routines and different ways that you can implement those automations in your life. So we want to hear from you guys in the Facebook group. What is your most valuable routine that you have in place today? We would love to know, learn, and be inspired from you.